background. And Alhamdulillah, they have been, when they were there in India, there were no riots, there were no oppression as such, and there was no forceful conversion to Islam. People became Muslim only because of their behavior or because of because of following the Sufis. So this is the early, arrival of Muslims to India. Over to you, Saifuddin.
Thank you for this very fascinating, brief summary of the Islam in India. Let me summarize it in Turkish as well. Misbahuddin Bey bu İslam'ın Hindistan'daki tarihini birkaç faza ayırarak anlattı bizlere. İlk fazla şu, Hindistanlı tüccarlar ve Hindistanlı tüccarlar aslında İslam öncesi de Araplarla ticari ilişkiler, tüccarlar yoluyla ilk başta İslam Hindistan'a ulaştı ve bunun yanında şöyle ilginç bir olay daha var. Daha önce yapılmış bir mescit var o döneme tarihlenen. Bunun yanında Hicri ilk 30 yıla yine tarihlenen bir başka mescit daha var. Tac lakabında bir sahabe de var, Hintli bir sahabe. Bu sahabe Peygamber Efendimiz'i görmeye geliyor Medine'ye. Daha sonra geri dönüyor. Geri dönerken yolda vefat ediyor. Bunun gibi birkaç sahabe daha var ve bu sahabeler aslında İslam'ı yayma amacı taşıyorlar. İslam'ı yaymak için Hindistan'a gidiyorlar. Orada Hintliler de çok iyi karşılıyorlar İslam'ı, benimsiyorlar. Daha sonra ikinci fazla tabii ki savaşlar. Hindistan'da İslam yayıldıktan sonra Raja adında bir zalim kral hükümranlık sahibi oluyor. İktidar sahibi oluyor ve Müslümanların hacca gitmesini vesaire engelliyor. Daha sonra Hintli Müslümanlar da halifeden yardım istiyorlar. Bizi hacca gitmemize izin vermiyorlar diye. Daha sonra Muhammed bin Kasım bir ordu hazırlıyor henüz 17 yaşındayken. Çok genç, henüz yeni evlenmişti o tarihte. Hazırladığı orduyla beraber Hindistan'a sefere çıkıyor ve Raja'yı indiriyor. Raja'nın iktidarına son veriyor. Ve daha sonra da Hindistan'da hükümranlık sahibi olan liderler de genelde hep Türkler. Moğollara karşı Türkler yine o toprakları savunuyorlar. Bu kadar, böyle özetleyebiliriz. Okay.
Yeah. Did you cover? Yeah, sorry, I missed it.
I have done with the translation.
Okay, mashallah.
Let me ask another question then.
Sure.
Do you have any special habits or customs that you practice specifically in the month of Ramadan in India?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Mashallah. Ramazan is very special, very special to us, and Alhamdulillah, it's traditionally, it's not just Muslims. Everybody in India is to celebrate Ramadan, and they respected that Ramadan is a holy month, and we have seen in the childhood, we have seen that non-Muslims did not eat in front of us. Even the food shops, they were closed, even though they belong to non-Muslims also, but they were closed during the Ramadan. So that's a very good environment we have had in India. Would you like to add here, Sophie, Maham, anything would you like to add over here? There's so many, things. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, sure. So there is one more point that I'd like to add, that I've seen that there is a tradition in Turkey that Turkey that you beat drums, play drums when Ramadan moon is sighted and it's announced. So we have this custom here for waking everybody up for suhoor. So to wake everybody, there's a man who goes around the neighborhoods and he beats the drums and he wakes everybody up. And nobody has, missed this tradition throughout their childhood.
Mashallah. Yeah, very interesting. That it's early, early in the morning, obviously late night. somebody's beating drums. And then, they have got another tradition for the timing, let's say the time of sahur or for the time of iftar. We have sirens that goes on. First, we have sirens and then we have azan. So in earlier days, because, maybe sound did not, maybe azan, loudspeaker weren't there. So we have had those emergency sirens, that kind of sound that goes off just for the time of, as a reminder for sahur. In some places, like in Hyderabad, we have got 2-3 sirens going on. One siren is to, remind them that we have only 10 minutes left. And then there is another siren that goes only 2 minutes left. And then a final siren saying that that's about time. That's it. Now stop eating. So, and then, alhamdulillah, even now, like, even though sirens these days, noise pollution, there's so much of hue and cry for every single thing. But most of the people over here in India, they respect and they accommodate these traditions. Some cities in India, we are facing challenges. Even azan has become a problem. Even the Fajr azan, we are not able to, hear that azan because there is a law from Supreme Court now that pre-dawn there should not be any major, voice in the sky. Sophie, would you like to add something here? And before, if you have time, Sophie. Then the iftar, see, sometimes when a new person comes to Hyderabad, they get confused. So once there was an article, and he wrote that Ramazan is a month of feasting, and everybody got really confused. What is this? Ramazan is a month of fasting. But then he was a new person who came to Hyderabad, and he saw that there's people eat so much. All night, right after iftar till suhoor, the whole market is open and a lot of food, different kinds of food, and people walk around. It's like an Eid every day. So he did not know about fasting. So when he first observed Hyderabad, he said Ramadan is the month of feasting. But then that's how people they enjoy, and then, alhamdulillah, there's good atmosphere, festive atmosphere throughout. Fasting is done, alhamdulillah. However, evenings are very, very bright. And then, there are a lot of lightings. People meet each other, see each other, and masajid are all full. And Eid celebrations, wow, mashallah, they're really, worth mentioning over here. And along with that, we've got, there's a tradition now over here. I'm sure there's similar things in Turkey also. We've got mass iftar gatherings, so many people, they throw iftar gatherings, or, anybody who is fasting, he can go to any masjid and he can have free food. So food is almost every day available in all the masajid. Along with this, there are, mass gatherings. Somewhere or the other, there is a mass, it's not like, specific dawat or something. Anybody can come, anybody can eat. That kind of, gatherings are there. And then Taraweeh, alhamdulillah, if you see the pictures here in India, it's huge, a lot of people, praying together, and Taraweeh everywhere, alhamdulillah. And yes, moon sighting is also like, with moon sighting, again, we have a siren for moon sighting. So these are some peculiar things. I don't know how many things you have in Turkey as well, but when you go around other countries, then you don't find these kind of things in other countries.
Yes. So let me sum up so far the conversation. Let me sum up the conversation so far. Misbahuddin, Doktor Misbahuddin, Hindistan'da özellikle bulunduğu şehirde, eyalette herkesin Ramazan'ı kutladığını, hatta gayrimüslimlerin Müslümanlara çok saygı duyduğundan bahsetti. Gayrimüslimlerin açık alanlarda yemek yemediklerinden ve marketlerini kapattıklarından bahsetti. Bunun yanında bazı şehirlerde, yani anladığım kadarıyla şehirden şehire Müslümanlara uygulanan tarife değişiyor. Bazı şehirlerde ezana dahi tahammül edemeyenlerin olduğundan da bahsetti. Bunun yanında Sophie ayrıca Türkiye'de sahura davulla kaldırılmamızdan bahsetti. Benzer bir geleneğin Hindistan'da da olduğundan bahsetti. Bunun yanında yine aynı şekilde iftar toplantıları ve bayramlardaki o atmosfer Hindistan'da da yine aynı şekilde var. Ve yine Hindistan'da bütün camilerde, mescitlerde ücretsiz isteyen kişi gidip orada iftarını açabiliyor. Ücretsiz iftar yemeği de sağlanıyor bütün mescitlerde Hindistanlı Müslümanlar tarafından. Aynı şekilde teravihte çok kalabalık oluyormuş ve teravihlerde insanlar beraber oluyorlar. Birlikte işte sohbet, muhabbet ediyorlar. Teravihten sonra da yine aynı şekilde özetleyebiliriz böyle. Tamam. Okay, let's move on with the next question then. As we know that for the last few days, Muslims in Palestine, for example, have been subjected to oppression, and this is actually what happens in every single Ramadan. Do you face with similar difficulties, especially during the month of Ramadan? Under which conditions do you practice your religious duties? Do you face with any political or social?
Yes, brother. It's a very sensitive topic as well. Let me see. Let me add. Okay. See, traditionally, like I told you, Alhamdulillah, it has been very pleasant and very, the environment was very good earlier. It was very natural to follow Islam over here. However, recently, due to political motivations, we have some or the other provocations. So recently, we've had 2 days ago. In fact, last week there were there were festivals of other religions. So earlier, if there were festivals of other religions, then there was nothing like okay, that religion is following their practices and we are following our practices. There was never any challenge as such. But then now, things are happening as if there is a as if these religions are against each other, as if the purpose of a festival is to show who is supreme, that kind of a challenging atmosphere it is happening. Alhamdulillah, we don't have any violence as such, but there are times we go up till that, and we have recently in this Ramadan only in some places houses were burnt, even madrasas and some masajid were also attacked this Ramadan itself, in fact. So yes, challenges are there. These are some fringe elements which are getting more popularity day by day. Government does not take this time, and the way government works here is like it's state wise. We have got different laws and different atmosphere. So let's say I belong to Telangana over here. It is pretty much very secular and very peaceful over here. However, in some states, a different political party might make it very hostile, and there are some places where Muslims are just keeping the religion to themselves. They don't even talk much about it because they don't want to get into irrelevant troubles as such. So yes, there are challenges, and they are happening more frequently now. It's the Islamophobia that is spreading across the world, and India is also suffering with it right now. Even though we have had a big history, long history, but then still we are also facing it.
Okay. Son birkaç günde özellikle Filistin'de yaşanan olaylar bağlamında Hindistan'da da Müslümanların benzer zorluklarla karşılaşıp karşılaşmadığını sordum ve Doktor Misbahuddin şöyle bir cevap verdi. Geçmişte aslında İslam çok da büyük bir problem değildi. Hindistan'da herkes işte Ramazan'ı kutluyorlardı. Herhangi bir problem yoktu. Kozmopolit bir bölgede herkes güzelce yaşıyordu. Fakat son dönemlerde siyasi motivasyonlarla da beraber aslında provokasyonların baş gösterdiğinden bahsetti. Özellikle bazı bölgelerde medreselerin, evlerin yakıldığından bahsetti. Oruç tutan insanlara karşı bazı saldırılardan bahsetti. Ve aslında günün sonunda problemin bu Fransız sekülerizmini benimsemiş bir siyasi oluşumun, siyasi partinin aslında ne kadar zararlı olduğunu, dindar insanların dinini istedikleri gibi yaşamadıklarından bahsetti. Fakat bu durumun da eyaletten eyalete değiştiğinden bahsetti. Bazı eyaletlerde farklı siyasi partiler önde ve bu eyaletlerde veya bazı eyaletlerde Müslüman nüfusu farklı, daha fazla. Bu sebeple eyaletten eyalete tabii baskının şiddeti değişmekte.
Yes, sir.
I want to also ask about the madrasa in India. In many parts of the Muslim world, school has been secularized. We do not have madrasa anymore. But in India, the tradition of madrasa is still continues. Can you inform us about those schools, those madrasa?
Oh, yes, definitely. Alhamdulillah, from that perspective, we are very fortunate. We are very blessed. MashaAllah, it's not just that madrasa is there, but the people in India, they support madrasas. Every other family, they want at least one child to go to madrasa. Although the numbers are coming down, earlier we used to have many people who used to go to madrasa, and madrasa had a lot of subjects as well. Other than the Islamic subjects, they used to have other subjects as well. But now madrasa is limited to the Islamic theology, jurisprudence, and the core subjects, which is again very important, because if we want to have Islamic scholars, we need to have such places. The best part is they are very particular in holding on to the roots, to the primary roots of Islam. They do not allow for the modern influences, modern trends to change anything. They make sure that the original pure form of madrasa education is still intact. And even now, at least about anywhere from 2 to 4% of Muslims in India, they still go to madrasas. And right from small madrasas around the corner of the streets to very huge seminaries. Alhamdulillah, we have got a lot of madrasas over here in India. Recently, again with the new policy, government wants the madrasas to be regulated as well. However, madrasa, our ancestors, they were very particular that madrasa should run on public money, Muslims' money. It should not take any funds from any government body. So madrasa in India has always been funded by common Muslim people through their sadaqah, zakat, khairat, or whatever it is. It was always supported by Muslims themselves. So there has never been any intervention. Now government wants to influence it, but again, because government does not fund it, does not have direct control over it, and our constitution in India, it allows. There is an article in our constitution. It clearly allows every religion, especially minorities. There's a special clause that minorities are have the power to run and administer their own education institutions. So alhamdulillah, that there are a couple of articles in our constitution which gives us this right to run our own madrasas, and our madrasas, alhamdulillah, has been safeguarding the iman of the generation, and they have been producing great scholars who always show the light to our youngsters all the time. Alhamdulillah.
Elhamdülillah. Medreseler hakkında bir soru sordum. Hindistan'da medrese geleneğinin hala devam ediyor. İslam dünyasındaki pek çok ülkede medreseler aslında kaldırılmış olsa da, eğitim sekülerleştirilmiş olsa da, Hindistan'daki medreseler hakkında bize bilgi vermesini istedim. Şöyle bir gelenek varmış. Her evden en az bir çocuk medreselere gidiyormuş. Hindistan'da hala hazırda. Medreselerdeki müfredat genel olarak İslami ilimlerle sınırlanmış. Fıkıh, kelam ve benzeri ilimlerle sınırlandırılmış müfredat. Bunun yanında son zamanlarda Hindistan hükümeti medreseleri regüle etmek için çeşitli çalışmalar yapmışlar. Fakat Hindistan'daki Müslümanlar, özellikle kanaat önderleri, medreselerin Müslümanların sadakalarıyla, zekatlarıyla finansal olarak desteklenmesi, ayakta tutulması gerektiğine söylüyorlarmış. Ve şu ana kadar da hükümetten herhangi bir para kabul etmemişler. Ve bunun yanında anayasada da, Hindistan'daki anayasada da azınlıkların okul açmasıyla alakalı maddeler bulunuyor ve bu maddeler sayesinde Müslümanlar dilediği gibi medreselerde eğitimlerini verebiliyorlar. That's it.
Yes. Yes, Saifullah. So, Alhamdulillah, madrasas these days, there are efforts now to retain the original form of the learning and also introduce some modern subjects, so that there is a proper connect between between the Muslims, between the common people and the Islamic scholars.
Can you also tell us about Muslim scholars from India? Maududi, he established a community in India, Islamic community. Can you tell us about their studies, their works as well?
Yes, there have been many movements in India. So one that you mentioned is Jamaat-e-Islami. They have done a great job in setting institutions, in organizing in work for Muslims. Similarly, there has been another Jamaat called Tablighi Jamaat. It was also established by Maulana Ilyas. They have done a lot of work in reviving the faith of Muslims. So like that, there has been from time like Jami organization